Leah and Justin get some much needed space. Eddie books a slot at Off the Rails Festival. Kerry turns up in the bay unannounced, causing a lot of stress for Dana and Tane, and Mac's bespoke surfboard is finally revealed.
Dana. Wait.
Hey, don't touch me.
Listen, I am meeting my grandson today, and I would love it if you would be there too.
Absolutely not.
Harper's giving me a second chance. Why can't you?
Because I already gave you a second chance, and a third one, and a fourth one, and a 15th one, so you don't get any more.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast. Your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
A free plate of lasagna would definitely solve a lot of my problems, don't you think?
Yeah, to be fair, it would probably enhance one of my problems, but it might solve a few other ones. Yeah.
Cause a couple along the way, but, still would accept.
Absolutely, definitely. Who'd ever turn down free lasagna, doll?
When that line was on, I was like, what? Obviously, lasagna would solve a few things.
Yeah.
So, yes. How are you? Are you okay?
I'm all right, I think. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad, thank you. We've made it.
We have.
We've made it to pod. It's flown by this week, hasn't it? I must say.
It has. This week's gone really fast. I could have done with another day, but I'm kind of glad we haven't got another day because I also want it to be the weekend really badly. So, yes.
Get yourself a lasagna this weekend.
Oh, I might, now you've said that. I do fancy one. Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of garlic bread.
Oh, yeah. Now you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
All the carbs.
Yeah, it's just that kind of weather. It's cold in it, and it's like
wet, grey, cold.
Whatever. Yeah, got to be done. How was home and away for you this week, Sophie?
It started off this week being about the Sunny Leah stuff again, didn't it? Really, and then I was like, oh no, I can't be doing with this. But actually, as the week's gone on, it's actually more about the Harper Tane mum stuff, which I've enjoyed. And I think it's nice to have something different to listen to, isn't it? Even if it is still people screaming at each other. But it's been good. It's been a good sort of mix up from what we've had for the last couple of weeks. So I've needed it, I think. How about you?
Yeah. It was good. It was good towards the end of the week. I just love that you're loving the Harper storylines. It's hilarious. You turn.
Who would have thought?
And 3 follicles to boot.
Oh,
no, embryos.
I can't. Who knows? Embryos, follicles. Who knows? I can't be dealing with that. I'll be honest. And I did put out a tweet where I was like, I can't be arsed, doll. I can't be arsed. I just can't. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah.
Soon got down to 3, didn't we?
I can't even remember. I don't remember where we were with these follicles and embryos.
I know. I'm sure we had 9.
Was that follicles or embryos, though? I don't think we had 9 embryos. I think 9 embryos is like a lot of embryos, isn't it? I don't know.
It's like when you go to the fridge, you've got less yogurts than you thought. Sharon, who's that by less fat-free fruit?
I don't know. I still don't get it. Even though I've Googled this many times, I still don't really understand.
No, I don't think the mind wants to.
No, I don't think it wants to stay in there.
I think that's the issue we both have.
Yeah. I know that I don't need to retain this information, so I'm just deleting it immediately. Oh dear. Never mind.
So yes, a bit of that, but we'll overlook it. Don't worry. Looking at my notes, we'll skim right over it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A lot of people are agreeing with us. This week's poll is very top heavy this week on the 3s and the 4s. Yeah. So people are warming up, preparing for departure, I will say. So yeah.
All aboard.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're getting they're enjoying the show. And I think it's funny, isn't it, that this baby drama is the centre of it. We would have rolled our eyes 6 months ago,
Yes.
when this whole Tani thing was kicking off. So yeah, it's funny how tides turn, eh? It is funny. Do you want to talk about this week's Home and Away then?
Go on then. Why not?
We're here now. Top of the week, Sunny's sitting down with Leah, if you remember, and he wants to know what's going on with her and Justin. She does open up a bit. She feels like she's on her own, she tells him, that Justin doesn't really care about Theo that much, never really did. Very hurtful things that she's saying, I will say. And during which Justin then comes home, he's not happy, is he? Let's face it. When he talks to her, turns out that because talking is something they've really struggled to do, let's face it. So when they do actually speak to each other, turns out that she's saying, "You're trying to make me to forget Theo," like by asking her to sort of move on, or she's feeling pressured, isn't she, to move on from this phase of her grief. And I sort of got it at the moment, and I thought maybe this could be a turning point. Oh, how wrong I was, Sophie. How wrong I was, because she says, no, there's no point talking about it. We're going round in circles. We keep upsetting each other. That is that. And this makes Justin do these angry phone calls to Sonny, like, stay away from my wife, and things like that, which I thought, oh, God, if we end up down this route, because when you're watching this storyline, I don't know about you, it every now and then does cross my mind about a sort of romantic pass happening in mixed grief and emotion. And I do sometimes wonder why not a lot of people have questioned her constant need for Sonny, you know what I mean, in that way. I think people are obviously giving her the benefit of the doubt, and that's obviously not what it is, but it does cross my mind every now and then, through these scenes.
Really? I don't think I'm there. I don't think it has crossed my mind. I do think she's still seeing him as like a Theo replacement rather than anything. I mean, if I think of it the other way, then I feel a bit sick, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I do. Don't get me wrong. But like onlookers, like Maz, thinking, oh, it's a bit weird that how many times have you seen something happen stupidly because someone's upset?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, yeah.
The only person really that's had a problem with it really is Dana, or voiced the problem up until this point where Justin is like, right, this is enough now, So yeah, it's just something that's just in the back of my mind, I think, when I'm watching it. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. The whole Justin again. We've said this for weeks now. Every time he goes to speak to it, it comes out wrong. He does it the wrong way, and he ends up in a screaming match. And it happens again in the diner, doesn't it? Like, rather than listening, he's not the best listener, is he?
No.
And rather than that, he's like trying to get her to change how she's feeling. She's reluctant to, because she, in her mind, sees that as her forgetting Theo, and she doesn't want to forget him. You can sort of understand that. And Justin himself ends up hurt because of these words that she's saying. You never cared for Theo like I did, and of course he did. We've actually argued on here that maybe you could argue more so. And that hurts him, doesn't it? And because of that, he goes and confronts her again. Rather than back off at that point, it's always confrontation, isn't it, with him?
Yeah, it's frustrating to keep seeing him falling into the same pattern over and over again. Actually, yeah,
he knows it's not working, and he's acknowledged that.
Yeah,
like, why do you keep doing it then, lad?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's frustrating.
The most sensible thing he's done is say, I need to give her some space and sleep at the record label.
Yeah, exactly. Which I thought was also kind of hypocritical, because it was getting later and later and later, and then eventually Remy was like, are you going to go home? And he was like, I think I've had too many beers. Do you mind if I stop here? And I thought, have you told her? Because you remember when he was like frantic because she was out all night, spending the time with Sunny, talking all night, and he was frantically looking like for her and texting her and ringing her, and she was ignoring him. And I thought, I hope he's not done that. I hope he's not just gone, I won't bother telling her where I am, because then he's just as bad as she is. But I don't know whether he did. We didn't see him get his phone out and say, I'm stopping over here or whatever, did we?
No, but he mentioned, didn't he, in passing, that he'd sent her a text.
Yeah, the next day, that was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mm.
Saying that he's working there. And it was all, oh, Leah needs space, can I stay here? And I thought, when we catch up with Leah and she's like, don't know where he is, don't care, not spoke to him today, I'm thinking, is that what she needs? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes in that kind of position, you don't know yourself what you need, do you?
No. But this is what she
does
asked
she
for.
need to be alone? I know, but I don't. Does she need to be alone? Because Sunny's backed off, thinking she needs to lean on Justin more. She gets that break at the diner, doesn't she? And and Marilyn's like, go and speak to Justin. I'll hold the fort. What does she do? She phones Sunny,
which proves that she's not interested in Justin at all. And she's not listening to any reason. She's not listening to Sunny saying back off. She's not listening to Justin saying come to me. All of her friends are saying ask Justin, speak to Justin. And she's going, yeah, and then calls him. She's not listening.
She ain't listening, is she?
No.
Nope. A lot of this going about, isn't there? Where do we think he's going to come home? Like, this is like the relationship now is like.
How many times
do you reckon?
You turn your pants inside out and back to front? He's got to come home and get some washing done, surely. He's not even got a toothbrush.
Let me tell you, easy said than done.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. He's gonna have to he's gonna have to turn up at home at some point. But what I mean is, are they done? Like, is that it?
I don't know.
12 months down the line.
That would be stupid to throw it away over this, I think. When it's so obvious that actually what they both need is each other right now, but they can't see that. It would be really stupid if this was the end. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I can't see it yet. Can you? Do you think? I don't think they're in danger yet.
No, my gut tells me no, because they're probably one of the most solid things on the show. But is it the only way he lives?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was the point to get them to that status just to mess with them.
Yes.
Sometimes shows like this do that, don't they?
I don't know. I don't know what the next thing is. Like, what's the thing that's going to make her, wake up and go, oh no, I don't want that? Or what's the thing that's going to make him realize what he needs to do to get her back on track? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I can't see beyond where we are right now. I can't see the end of this storyline yet. But I also don't think it's the end of them. I don't know. I can't quite piece it together yet.
Either way, I don't think we can do another week of it, can we?
No.
I think we've had our fill.
We have. Yes. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Whatever it is needs to come to a conclusion soon.
Please.
I mean, he's going to be busy with this festival thing, isn't he? With Eddie soon. So.
Oh, Off the Rails Fest.
Yeah. So is that, if that is next week, is that another week where they're not going to have a scene together for a while, or? This is what I mean. I can't see how we get them back on track. At the moment they're not in the same room as each other, even, aren't they? Which thankfully we're grateful for. But then what's going to bring them back into the same room and get them past this? And I don't know what that's going to be.
Yeah. Something's got to give. Someone's got to make them both realize they're stronger together. Yeah. Speaking of back on track, the record label, Eddie's over there, managed to get some annual leave, hasn't he? From Yabby Creek Comprehensive, so he can record some music. And you're right to mention that this Off the Rails Fest that's come from nowhere. Hype Man Sonny's getting everyone confirmed for it, not biblically, but like on the line up. Imagine.
That would be interesting.
Some sort of Catholic cult or something.
Some kind of Holy Communion party.
Yeah. On the Broken Hill or whatever it is. Yeah.
You never know. Stranger things have happened in the Bay.
Now, Eddie's looks to me, even though he's got this annual leave, he ends up spending some of his time a little bit preoccupied with Jolene.
Exactly. Yes, I was wondering this as well. Yeah, he took the day off work, and he kind of sounded like he had to beg for the day off work, didn't he, from his boss? Like I was lucky to get the day off work so I can come and work at the record label with you guys. No, he wasn't there for more than 5 minutes, was he?
No. Next thing is it's Salt with Joe. Getting up to date on Wendell's sentence.
I noted this. Yes,
getting all the news and all the gossips. He was. Yeah. See, we knew, don't we? This is what I mean. You know, can you imagine these poor kids that he clearly don't care about because he's leaving them with supply teachers just to do this.
I did think it was a bit of a joke, considering he made such a big fuss, like a big song and dance about how important his job is and how much his kids need him and stuff. And then he was like, yeah, I managed to wangle the day off to come and do this. Oh, do you mind if I go and see Joe for a bit? Yeah, sure. Go for it, mate. Come on.
What a lot of shit. Now, somebody clocks this, don't they? Tarnay and his dismay. And then he, weirdly, which I was really taken aback by, goes to YCPD and asks Cash what the deal is with him. Like, Cash. Like, what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I like Cash's response, though. He's like, what do you want me to do? Arrest him? Interrogate the lad. Oh, God.
I don't understand. It's another example of Tane going 0 to 100 for no reason.
Maybe he just assumes that, like him, everyone has a criminal record and secrets in the closet that you can exploit. I don't know.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he's just projecting. You know, there's got to be something there that you can dig up.
That guy looks like somebody would have kidnapped a baby. Oh, God.
Tane's problem is his arrogance.
Yes. Oh, one of the problems, yes.
Yeah, and the fact that he's not the chosen one must be killing him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, as I say, that spilled into his home life as well, hasn't it? As we know, quite royally spilled into his home life. And all of his circumstances that he hates is all because of himself. So he's got to try and make it everybody else's fault somehow.
Yeah,
do you know
you're
what
right.
I mean?
You're right.
Yes, you're right. Cash being just mate. No. Although he does kind of ask Sarge a bit, doesn't he? Which
That really annoyed me.
More
actually.
than any. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like, I'm not going to ask my boss's opinion about his daughter's sex life. And then 2 scenes later, he was like, hey, Sarge, that guy, Eddie. And I was like, stop it. This is classic. Tane getting what Tane wants. Let's not do that anymore. Why does everyone goes, no, and then does it anyway for him? I'm like, he's got such a hold over people. Yeah. Wasn't impressed with that, Cash.
Nope, same. And there was no change to it, whether he did it or didn't do it. There's no story here. You lost the girl, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I was a little disappointed that he even bothered. You know, there's obviously not a lot of other policing to do right now. Next day, Tane even checks with Lacey. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't work with Cash, doesn't work with Sarge. Let's try Lacey. And I was just like, oh, God. Just go and get another shag somewhere else. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because that's what it was a few days ago.
Get the smolder app back out, for God's sake.
Get out of your system. Just go.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do. You know, go and get drunk in Reefton Lakes and do what you need to do. Like, just leave it out of my way. Out of earshot. I tell you what, John picked up on this loneliness thing, didn't he? And I thought that might have legs, but it didn't seem to go anywhere. And I wonder if, with him working in his vicinity, whether John might be his wisdom, his ear of wisdom. And I did think, oh, is that the way that's going to go? However, nothing really came of it. And in the end, later in the week, when we catch up with Tane, and he's finally been able to give time with his precious child, which we'll come on to in a moment in detail. But it's actually Eden, bizarrely. And I was a bit. These scenes with him and Eden, where Eden stops him from legging it again, she ends up being the one that talks reasoning to him, and I thought, is this a? It just felt jarring that it was Eden.
It was weird, and I didn't know whether that was telling us, the audience, that Eden's ready to do this police voluntary job, and this is like, look, she's really good at the community stuff and the talky things, and trying to get us on board with the fact that she's going to be one of these police volunteers soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I saw it. I was like, oh, this is just trying to build her character a little bit, like develop her into this new.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah,
Eden that we're gonna see soon.
Firmly puts her into that space of reliable, dependable.
Yes. Yeah, rather than just like band chick, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because actually, emotionally, she's the last person I'd go to. You know what I mean?
No, right?
You know what? I mean, famously, she's the girl that held a grudge.
Exactly. Yes. And you would think that she would be on the side of Harper because that's the more reasonable, logical side. But yeah. Apparently she can see both sides of the argument now these days, Si,
Well,
you've got to get on board with that, apparently.
And just like that.
Yes.
Joe, though, the next day, going back to, him trying to dig up stuff on Eddie, Joe has the nerve to ask Tane for a coffee, and I want to know what you thought about this. Because I think I was on the tweets that night, and I was a bit like, did Tane just have a little bit of self-respect? Because obviously he says no.
Yeah.
And I want to get your thoughts. Why does this girl think she can have a cake and eat it, Sophie?
I don't actually understand what happened here. So was this off the back of the chat that she had with Lacey the night before, where Lacey was like, oh, do you think that you don't really want Tane? And she was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I thought she's made her mind up because she'd already, in my mind, she'd already got back with Eddie. Like, she'd kissed him.
Yeah.
They'd had
made a decision.
Afternoon in bed together. And I thought, okay, well, they're back together now. And then she had that conversation with Lacey where she was like, oh, Tane thinks we're still on pause because I haven't told him otherwise, that kind of thing. And then Lacey was like, oh, maybe you've still got a thing. There's this... Lacey reckons she's got chemistry with Tane, which I'm struggling to see. But she was like, yeah, the way you look at each other is like electric or something. And I was like, is it? Like, you're seeing something that I'm not seeing for a start. But that obviously got into her head. But then she's like, oh, yeah, maybe I'll go and speak to him. And at first I thought maybe she's going to go and tell him, okay, we're not on pause anymore. I'm actually back with Eddie. Like, do the adult thing and say, I know I said we're on pause, but I just want to update you. I am going to get back with my ex, and that means that you and I are no longer a thing. But she came out and sort of was like, oh, can I buy you a coffee, in a kind of flirty way. And I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Has she changed her mind again? And actually she thinks there is something there with Tane and she wants to test the water. I was confused, I'll be honest, by this whole...
No. Yeah, I can perfectly see why, Sophie. I would be as well.
Yeah.
She agonised over who to choose, and then there was a family barbecue, and do you remember that? And then she was all like, "Oh, I choose you," and they kissed, and they, like you say, then they had their afternoon delight, and then and it was integrated into the family, and they'd been out. Then they had the breakfast, didn't they? And it really wound Tane up no end. The decision was made, and now she's doubting it. I think we're supposed to believe that Joe's insecure about it. She's got feelings for both, and she's
Mm.
flip-flopping between the two. The problem is, it's not believable.
No.
That's the problem.
Mm.
So she ends up looking like an absolute pillock on the back of it, because now she looks like she is a bit of a piece of work, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
She looks like she's stringing the pair of them along.
She does. Because I think she kind of was in that moment. It was weird. I didn't really understand it, I'll be honest. But I'm glad she didn't. I'm glad he said no. And he was like, I'm not playing this game. And she was like, what game? Like, she looked really offended. I was like, no, you are playing a game. Like, you've been seen out with your ex a few times. She was in Salt the night before with him, bigging him up and saying, oh, this festival sounds great and I'd love to be there. And Tane's in earshot at the bar listening to this. And I was like, you can't pretend that it's not happened. It was really weird. I don't know if it was like a timing thing, like a timeline thing. It just didn't work for me.
Yeah, no. And what little, I mean, I'm not a biggest fan, I've said this before, but what little I perhaps would have listened and was open to understanding her, I'm completely closed off after this behaviour.
Yes.
I'm just like, no, forget it.
Yeah.
Not in the mood. Not in the mood for that.
No.
It's a lot of things, Tani, and Eddie doesn't deserve it.
No.
Either.
No, because in his mind, they're back together, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, and to be fair to him, when he found out there was something between Tani, he was like, well, you need to clear things up and let me know. Like, he didn't try and convince her, he didn't,
No.
So, yeah. Are we supposed to buy more into her feelings with him being mixed up in what happened with Mother?
Maybe.
The unfinished business. But it's not portraying across that way, is it?
No.
I'm really having to dig deep for that.
And it's only the conversations with Lacey that's even putting that in my mind as well, because she's saying things like, oh, is being with Eddie a step back? And Joe was like, oh, I did think about that. And I was like, yeah, but you've already got back with him. Like, this is like the horse is bolted.
The boat. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you thought that, they should have decided before you got into bed with him. Now you've been in bed with both of them. Like, and Eddie's telling everybody we're back together. Like, he said to Remy, oh yeah, I'm back with Joe. I must run this. He even runs the festival idea past her. He goes, oh, I'd like to do this, but I need to run it past Joe. And I was thinking, bloody heck. He can't even say yes to a gig now without checking it with her. That's how back together that he thinks they are. So it was just a bit odd.
Not coming off great.
No, it's not.
Right, Tane received an official letter this week.
Oh yeah.
Wide open, so official. Was it even sealed? Harper has declared war. Serious podcaster. It's from the solicitor with the first draft of the custody agreement. She's gone for the full whammy, hasn't she? Child support to boot. Lol. He's fuming, isn't he? Did he think he wouldn't have to pay for his child? Like, yeah. And obviously it's full custody, Disneyland dad every other weekend or whatever. It is everything Tane thinks he isn't, which makes me smile, which is awful, but it isn't real, so it's okay.
Yeah.
He goes right to Dana with it, doesn't he? He's actually a bit rude to Dana in this bit. And Dana's not doing a lot of things right lately, but he's a bit rude to her. Begs her to tell him where she's staying so he can talk to her face to face. She stands her ground, to be fair to her initially. She gave Harper a word, but I'll speak to her and ask her to meet you somewhere mutual. Making no promises. But yeah, I found Tane in the moment there a little bit rude. And there was no need for it, especially when he's got to try and like it or lump it. He's tied to these people, forever.
Yeah, forever.
This is now, when we find out at this point where Harper's been all this time, don't we?
In the same room that Tane and Joe have been in recently.
Yes. absolutely shooketh. No one thought to check there.
Good job Tani and Joe aren't on right now because they'd have nowhere to go.
You probably still wouldn't join the dots with the no vacancies sign.
No, true, that's true. No vacancy between the years. Or vacancy between the years, more like, I don't know.
Was she where you expected? Because you were worried last week that she was at Mother's.
That's where I was expecting her to turn up. I really did, because I just thought, because she's being so cagey about it, like, oh, if you want to know where I am, speak to my solicitor. If you want to contact me, go through my solicitor. And I thought, why is she being so, like, funny about, like, hiding where she is? And I thought the only reason in my mind was that it was somewhere that he would be really angry about, you know, which would be at Mum's. So I was almost convinced that that's where she would be. So I was a bit surprised when I kind of joked, oh, it could be at Dodgy Motel, but I think that was like my joke answer. I don't think I really believed that that's where she would be.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you? Were you shocked or surprised or?
All of the above, probably. I thought it's too obvious. Sometimes you convince yourself it's too obvious, you know, like, but obviously we do have only so many sets, you know. Or I didn't know whether it would just be like, I've been in the city for a few days and now I'm back sort of situation, you know.
Yeah. That's the point. Yeah.
But no, yeah, she's just been at the motel the whole time.
Bit weird.
Yeah, it was strange. And she's not left. She's not been seen. It's not that far away. Do you know what I mean? She's not come for a daily coffee or a run or.
And Tani helped her move. So I'm like, not Tani, sorry, Cash helped her move. And I'm like, what? Yeah. Cash is a policeman. Why would he be like, yeah, move her to a hotel with a baby? That's a great idea. I just thought it was all a bit odd. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, now we know where she is. We're not the only ones, are we?
No, what's the worst kept secret in soap this week? Isn't it? Everyone's there.
Mama Matheson asked her for the address to send a cuddly toy and a card. Like, you'd fall for that. Do you know what I mean?
That was ridiculous. Yeah, she wanted to send Archie a present, and you fell for that? You were a social worker. Yeah.
So, how you would then give the address of where you are and then not expect her to turn up. Like, at this point, I was a bit like, Harper, you deserve all the mess that's coming now because you've been a little foolish. Do you know what I mean?
Unless she wanted her to turn up, you know.
Well, that was another angle.
And then she can just be like, well, I didn't give her the address to get her to come to the bay. I gave her the address because she asked for the address to send a parcel.
My hands are clean.
Not my fault that she turned up because I gave her the address. That's not the reason I gave it to her. I just don't know whether it was like a cop-out.
Well, because she does say that verbatim, almost, actually, when she's called out on it. Kerry, we meet Mother, don't we? Kerry. Yes. She turns up at the hotel and she's like, you know, this is where you are. Lovely to reconnect. I want to see you. And Harper looks a little bit taken aback. She got the address from sending this card or what have you. Foolish of Harper. But what I quickly realised was Harper has no control over any of their conversations.
No.
And I don't know if I'm looking for it or whether I'm reading too much into it, but she seems to be consistently manipulated into Kerry's desires.
Yes.
You know, every time a conversation starts and Harper's like, well, you were never there for us. And then it gets flipped onto, you know, well, now I'm here now and I need you to see this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not really articulating this very well.
No, I get it. I've seen it.
You're not seeing your grandkid. We're taking it slow by slow, you know, day by day. You know, you're not going to see your grandkid yet. And it ends up being that she convinces her to let her see him that day. Yes. You know, things like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of manipulation here at the early stages already.
And she's tested her boundaries, constantly pushing it. Every time Harper says, no, we're going to take it slowly. We're not going to do this today. You know, you're going to go in a minute, aren't you? You're not staying over. You got to drive back. She's pushing her boundaries every time she lays one. So there was that scene where she said, "Oh, you got to go. You're going to get back to the city. It's a long drive." She's like, "Well, I'm here now. You might as well stay a bit longer." And then she's like, "Oh, okay." And every time she pushes, the boundary that Harper just put up gets pulled back down again immediately.
Mm.
And the conversation is constantly, she'll say something about how her mum's done something, and her mum's like, "Yeah, well, that's why I'm here to mend the fences and build the bridges and blah blah blah." And tell me about the dad, and tell me about Dana, and tell me about this. Immediately turns the conversation onto something to do with Harper's life, nothing to do with the mum's life.
Mm.
It's really obvious, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad, because I thought I might just willing it. Do you know what I
No,
mean? Because I want it so
no.
much.
I think that's the direction we're being led to. Yeah.
Which I must say is the best direction we can go in,
Yes.
because little interest in her turning up and everyone going, "Oh, you've changed, yay!"
Yeah.
That's tea cake.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're right. There's another example of what you're describing here when she's like, she opens up and says, "Look, Dana doesn't want to see you. Like it's causing massive problems for me, right? Stay in the room. I need to go and speak to Tane. Like, just stay here." Next thing, she's out around town flirting with John.
I did enjoy this though, because this was kind of funny. in a kind of, I know what's going to happen. I knew that she was going to run into Dana eventually. It was inevitable, but it was kind of funny to watch her just kind of doing the opposite of what I think this is building a character for what she is, isn't it? It's letting us understand this woman is not going to listen to reason. She's going to do whatever she wants. She's not going to hear the word no. She's just going to carry on and do whatever she thinks is the right thing to do. And this was part of that, wasn't it? This is one of the first examples that we saw of her. She didn't even have a way of getting back into that hotel room. Did you notice? Like, she left the hotel room.
Yeah.
And she hadn't got a key card. She didn't pick up a key card. She was faffing around with the toys and smelling the blankets and stuff. And I was like, "What are you doing, you weirdo?" And then she left the hotel room without even picking up a key card. So she can't even get back into the room without Harper's help. So it wasn't like she was trying to sneak out and then come back in without her knowing she'd gone. She really didn't care that Harper would find out that she was gone.
No. But you have to wonder, this is someone who's not cared about what Harper feels or thing is forever. And you've got to remind yourself, haven't you, when you're watching these scenes, that because she looks quite well put together right now, doesn't mean anything.
Great for an addict, yes.
It doesn't mean anything, does it, about her her personality.
No.
And her, and I agree with you. I think it's telling us a little bit about her, but I also think it's telling us a lot about Harper and how naive she's got this naivety to her, that she's allowed this trap, and that she wants a mum so much. She wants Archie to have this family around him so much that she's not seeing what's right in front of her face. And this is supposed to be a headstrong person. This is supposed to be someone who's, a single mum, who's a social worker, who's gone through some crap in her life. She's on the other side now, and she's fended for herself and her sister for all these years. She's the sensible one, out of the two.
True.
And she's allowing this to happen, and she's blind to it because she wants something so bad. I think we're supposed to be taking that as well.
And that's relatable, isn't it? We've all done that. We've all kind of let people walk over us because we want a relationship with them, or we want to be liked by someone, or want to be there's always been that kind of lesson that everyone's learned, I think.
Yeah definitely. Now Dana's obviously got this massive plan to move her in out of the hotel and into hers, and that goes awry, as you say, when she bumps into Mum, and Dana is basically saying, "I'm being lied to by Harper. She's saying one thing to me, and then the next thing, something else happens." And this circles us back to the mum making an agreement with Harper and then doing what she wants anyway. But then seemingly wriggling out of it and making it seem like it's good for Harper. That's the crucial bit, isn't it? Like you say, that scene when Harper gets back to the hotel room, she's told the entire bay that she's gone. But it wasn't me. She's managed to get Tane over the line. She's not meeting him. She's gone. She's only here fleetingly. She gets back. She's in her jammies. Putting hand
Yeah.
cream on. Ready for bed.
Yep. This was so annoying, actually, because I was just like, oh, God, she's so manipulative. She's so good at it, though,
she
isn't
is.
she?
Yeah, she is. So I can understand Dana's perspective when she says, I'm being lied to. Tana's, because all she's getting is Harper's side, isn't she? And that is her own doing. She won't hear head and tail of anybody else.
But is the mum shit stirring?
Well,
because I've got bad feelings about her. She actually says to Harper when they're in the hotel room, she says something like, the last thing I want to do, she says, is get between you and your sister. And I thought, I don't know whether I believe you. I don't know whether I buy it, because it feels like you've just come here to cause drama to me.
I know. To tell you what keeps ringing in the back of my mind, it's those text messages.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah. And this is not...
How much?
This personality that we're seeing on screen does not match that text message, does it?
No.
Because she's all like, oh, love, oh, darling, oh, this, oh, and like all being all sympathetic. Oh, you must be so tired. Oh, there's a problem with Tane. Oh, I don't want a man to walk all over you, darling. Like, oh, I'm just being all like nicey. I'm here for you now. And it's not in keeping with the what do you want message, is it?
And that's not been cleared up for us.
No.
That message and why she was like that on their messages. Has it?
No, not really.
So
I don't know. I just got the feeling that she's here just to is she just somebody that likes to cause a drama? Is she a bit of a drama queen, and she's a bit bored in her own life, and she's thought, oh, this will be fun. This will be fun to go and do this. I don't know.
Let's play with these two Egypts. They're our kids.
Also, yeah.
It's not just the text messages either. It's your dad died and I never told you.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not the woman that's stood here now, is it?
No.
Wanting to reconnect and is all for the family, wants to meet a grandkid, smelling blankets.
It's weird. It doesn't add up. And then also when she finally sort of managed to wear Harper down, so they're in the diner the next day after she's, I always pack an overnight bag just in case I get stuck and the car's unreliable. Yeah, right, okay, whatever. When she's in bed with a toiletry bag with her, and she's like, "You never planned to go home, did you? You planned to stay." And she's like, "I'm here now." Next day they're in the diner, aren't they? And she says, "Oh, when are you picking Archie up?" And Harper's like, "Oh, I'm getting him in about an hour." And she's going, "Oh, please, could I meet him, please?" And Harper says, "Yeah, that's okay, but I just need to run it past Tane." She goes off to make a phone call, doesn't she? So she said, yes, but as long as it's okay with Tane. Within a minute, Dana arrives and she's like, "Oh, I'm meeting my grandson today. Can you be there?" Knowing full well that's going to make a whole load of explosions happen, and I'm like, "You're shit stirring. This is, I don't trust you. This is bad." Like my hackles are up. This whole thing, I'm like, no.
It's interesting though, isn't it? This is
I'm
way
not hating
better.
it. I'm not hating it.
Yeah.
I just know that she's not who she says she is, and this is all just a farce.
Yeah. And the last person that's going to see it is Harper. I'm skipping ahead here now, running before I can walk. But she's going to have a lot of humble pie to eat, I think, when this is all up in flames.
And what's it going to do to the two sisters when it is?
Yeah. Well, she's already said disown me.
Yeah. And obviously the Dana and Tane are getting closer. I'm not saying that in a they're getting closer kind of way. I'm just saying they've not really had a huge amount of time and scenes together without Harper and the baby being there. But now we're seeing all these scenes where Tane and Dana are kind of going, it's us versus Harper, which is interesting. Isn't it?
Yeah. I love it. I love a bad character. It's just exciting, isn't it?
It is. I do quite like it when I feel like every time she's on screen, I'm like, oh, like my back's
Shifty
up.
eyes.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't trust this woman, but I also really enjoy it because I'm like, yeah, this is interesting. This is what we want to see, isn't it? On a soap, this is classic. You know, and almost it's fun trying to work out why has she come here? You know, what's the end game? What's the goal? Is it just to shit stir and cause some drama because she is a bit, bitter and bored, and I don't know. Guess maybe she's still resentful that the two girls have gone off and made something of themselves, and despite her, and have not really bothered with her. Have had these lives without her, and she's ended up on her own. I don't know. I can't decide.
Is she even clean?
Well, that's a good point.
That's another question. So is it all just a load, and like she's on some big bender and having a bit of a laugh with everyone. Do you know what I mean?
It's fascinating though, isn't it?
So it is good because it's complexity, and that's always makes for good story. I think that's why a lot of people are enjoying it more at the minute, because this is, far-fetched, but entertaining at the same time, not ridiculous far-fetched.
No, we need the entertainment factor, and it's fun to guess. We don't know she's a baddie yet, but we suspect suspect she is, and it's fun to kind of try and see the clues, isn't it? And go, okay, well that was weird, and that was weird, and it's all kind of looking a bit sus and dodgy. So yeah.
Roll on next week. Did you see the trailer?
I did.
At the end? Yeah. So it does all kick off, doesn't it? As a result. So we'll find out, because again, it sounds like Mum is in her ear.
Yes. Yeah.
And she doesn't know a thing about anyone. No. She's got a lot to say about all by the looks of things. Can't wait.
Me too.
Marley's finished Mac's board.
Oh God.
This week. Levi thinks it's perfect when he sees it. I mean, he commissioned it, but never mind. And struggling to get time for the big reveal, isn't he, amongst Mac's busyness and supporting Tane's struggles. So the next morning they make time, and I was crying, laughing, because I was like, she's not saying anything.
Yeah.
I was like, has my TV frozen? Like, does she like this?
I still don't know. I still don't know.
It was like a, oh, thanks.
It
kind
was
of
weird.
Reveal.
Yeah. And then there was like and the subtitles actually made me laugh because it said it's ... It's ... Stunning. And it's like when your nan gets you a present for Christmas and you're like, what the hell is this? And that the thought behind it is like so lovely, but you're just like, oh God,
I'm never gonna fucking wear it. Yeah.
It was a bit like that. I was like, oh, this is cringeworthy. But was that supposed to be the way it played out, Si? I don't know.
I don't know whether it was that or just a really poor performance. I don't know. She seemed over the moon later on because it enhanced her surfing skills no end.
Well, that conversation gave me the ick massively as well. Because they looked like they were about the actors in real life looked like they were about 2 seconds away from falling over laughing in that scene. Because she was like, "Oh yeah," I can't even remember what she said, but some surfy thing, and he was like, "Oh yeah, some surfy thing," and I was like, both of you just look like you want to collapse laughing because it's not believable. It's not believable that Mac is a surfer. I don't buy it. It's like if she suddenly decided that she was going to be a mechanic and she said, oh yeah, you need your spark plugs changing or something mechanicy, I would buy that about as much as I buy the fact that Mac is a surfer. I don't buy it. Is it just me? Am I being harsh?
No, I agree. We've said this before, haven't we? She's a girly girl.
it just don't buy it. She's a great actress, but she's not good enough to convince me that Mac is a surfer.
No.
No.
Was she good enough to convince you that she was grateful? Because,
No.
you know, she just basically offered herself on a plate in return.
No. Didn't. No.
Didn't enjoy any of that.
No.
No.
And then when it got to the sexy part, it turned into "I want your baby," and I was like, "Oh, well, that's made me go cold immediately."
I'm gonna say, did we all eye roll? Knocked the planet off its axis. We all eye rolled in unison.
You gave me a surfboard. I'll give you a baby. Oh.
Easy said than done, love.
Apparently, third time's a charm, eh? Oh, God.
Do you know what's annoying about this as well is they're both not going with trepidation. They're both like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow. Oh, my cycle's right. Oh, yeah, I thought you'd say that. And I'm like, no one's worried about how upset we were.
Yeah. Trigger injection Mac is not a fun Mac to be around. All that shit.
No.
Yeah.
No. So off we go to an implantation, and it's all Marley's fault.
I think that sums it up, yeah. Right, Si, it's time for your say on the bay.
My say on the bay again.
If you like. Go on then, tell us what you think of Home and Away this week.
I like Marley.
Oh no, I knew it.
I don't like
Tawny. There we go. That's your say on the bay. And we'll see you next week. I'm joking.
You're welcome.
I'm only kidding. So this is part of the pod where we want to hear from you guys. So you've just heard us ramble on for about an hour or so about what we think of everything that's happened in the bay this week. But we want to hear from you as well, other viewers listening to the show right now, watching Home and Away on your TV. What do you guys think about what's going on? So some of you listening might remember that we've got a new form. So if you go to our website, which is coastalnewspod.com, you navigate your way to the You'll Say on the Bay section. There's a form there. You can put your name and you can fill in the box that tells us everything about what you thought that happened on the show this week. What do you think of Tane and Harper and the baby Archie storyline? What do you think of Mama Matheson? You know, what do you think about the Leah stuff that's been happening? That's been quite a big sort of storyline. So what do you think of all this stuff that's happening in the bay right now? Give us your thoughts, and we'll read them out in the podcast and in this section next week. Before I do that though, before I get onto the form, a quick reminder that we're also on social media, or social meds as JP says. So search for us. We're Coastal News Podcast or at Coastal News Pod. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, etc. And we also tweet along live. So we watch the show at 6:30 Monday to Friday on 5-Star, and we also talk to people on Twitter. I know it's controversial, X, whatever you want to call it. We use the Home and Away UK hashtag. We jump on there and we talk about the show as it's airing live between 6:30 and 7, and there's a few people that do that. So if you want to jump on there and have a chat with us all, that's where you'll find us. If not, use the form, as I said. And we have got a form this week, I'm pleased to say. It's actually from somebody we've not heard from before, which is great. So this person that sent us a form in is Ben. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Hello, Ben.
Welcome.
Thanks for contacting us. Ben says, hey, love the podcast. Not messaged before, but this has been on my mind. Well, thank you for telling us what's on your mind. That's exactly what we want to know. And he says, with Leah's current storyline going on, no one seems to remember how far she went with the Vita Nova cult kidnapping storyline. Didn't she nearly kill Justin? Yeah, she did, didn't she? That was when... Do you remember she had that psychotic episode and she had the knife?
She had the knife out.
Yeah, in the diner. And we did actually laugh about this at the time because it looked like just because she locked herself in the diner, didn't she? She barricaded herself in, first of all, because she was terrified of him. Do you remember? And then Justin kind of pulls a crowbar out of a plant pot outside the diner, and we were absolutely like bawling laughing about this, weren't we? And lets himself in, and she she just sees him kind of break into the diner while she's in there terrified, and she does like point a knife at him, doesn't she? And she ends
Yeah,
up in the
she does.
clinic.
That's right. Yeah, do you
Mm.
know, Ben? Yeah, but there needs to be more links drawn here because she's
Yeah.
got previous with this kind of
Yes.
mental state.
Yeah, didn't she nearly kill Justin? Well, yeah, kind of. She did pull a knife out on him. Ben says, I feel like everyone needs to watch out. Maybe give her a little nudge, head back to the clinic. Remember, this is the clinic where we met Valerie, didn't we? This is the first time we clapped eyes on Valerie because they were roommates or something in the clinic, weren't they? And
That's
then
right.
Valerie came and stayed with her, and then the whole Theo drug storyline kicked on. But yeah, we do remember that. Not that long ago either, really.
Like it was yesterday, Dal. Yeah.
Was this last year? Beginning of last year?
Possibly.
Was the Vita Nova
year before.
was that the Vita Nova stuff the cliffhanger from 2024? You know, the November 2024.
Oh yeah, in the
in that yogurt
thingy
factory.
Yeah.
Was it that one?
Yeah.
Or was it the year before that?
Donut lips.
Yes. Was that 24? Was that when we went to Sydney, or was that the year before?
The year before it was.
It? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The cliffhanger when we went to Sydney was
Oh, was it Flick? Darling.
No.
Oh, no.
Did we only go last year? 24. When did we go 24?
We went November 24, didn't we? What was the cliffhanger that year?
I don't know. God.
It was either
since then.
Donut Lips or Flick. Or what happened?
I'm sure Flick was gone by then.
Yeah. Oh, yes, she was actually. Yes, that
Memorable.
must have been 20. That must have been 23. So then 24. Maybe it was Vita Nova 24.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm.
Oh, this is going to bug me now.
Yeah, but it's not in the grand scheme of things. Not that long ago that she was.
No.
That poorly that she was terrified of her own husband.
No,
pulling a knife
24
on him.
cliffhanger was Perry with his dad in the pool.
Oh yeah, so maybe that was 23.
There we go.
Then.
I'm glad I thought of that because that would have been all night long.
I can't remember. It doesn't feel like that long ago to me though. The Vita Nova stuff.
No, it doesn't. No, and he raises a good point here, Ben, in that you would question someone who's been through something and been to a facility for recovery and help in that. You would ask things like, naturally, I'm not saying you should, but naturally you probably would question, are we heading down a similar path?
Yeah, because things like grief and trauma would trigger something like that, you'd think.
Yeah,
definitely. And Ben says, I'm guessing Sonny wouldn't know about that because it's before his time, but maybe he should get a little warning that she's got previous. Yeah, it's a good point. Way before Sonny's time then, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he's saying things like warning, like, do we warn Sonny that she might come at him with a knife, like she's dangerous?
Well, he's rejected her, hasn't he, essentially? And this week we've seen her leave a voicemail for him, and we don't know whether he gets back to her. And maybe if he doesn't get back to her, maybe she gets a little, because we know that she's at home on her own. Justin's not been there for days, so is she pacing up and down? We've not seen her, have we, at home on her own?
No.
We've not seen her behavior.
No, we have not been.
Has she been texting Sonny in the night? Has she been pacing up and down all night, not sleeping? You know, I don't know. Anything could have happened because we've not seen it, have we? It is something to think about, and I hadn't actually thought about it, I'll be honest. So I'm glad Ben's brought it to my attention because I hadn't really thought about it on this level before.
Yeah.
But we could be seeing something dangerous again, possibly. I don't know. It's nice to get
Bring on the danger,
opinion.
I say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Thank you, Ben. Thanks for reminding us because I think I'd forgotten quite how serious it got with the Vita Nova stuff with the Justin Leah. Because she was absolutely terrified of him, wasn't she? And I'd forgotten the level of paranoia that she got to. And
Yeah. And I can see the similarities, she's on it. He's not on her side, they're not on the same page. Back then, he was the enemy, wasn't he? After her.
Yeah, and he kind of is still now, isn't he? Because she's saying, "No, he didn't love Theo, and he can't help me." And if he keeps pushing her, maybe she will get to the point where she snaps. I don't know. Scary. I hadn't thought of that scenario seriously, but I am now thinking of that. Yeah, interesting. Well, thank you, Ben. That's been really interesting, because without your input, there would be no Your Say on the Bay, and without differing opinions, we might not think of this kind of stuff as well. So that's been really interesting to have another point of view. So keep writing in, Ben. We'd love to hear from you again. And to anyone else that's listening, go to coastalnewspod.com, fill out that form, and let us know your thoughts. Do you agree with Ben? Have you picked up on anything to do with Leah and the previous Feet and Over paranoia that she had? Do we think we're going down that path again? Let us know your thoughts. Until then, thank you for listening, everybody.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts, and ensure you never miss an episode.